Thank you, brothers, for coming for the second session of the Afterflow of Black Man Lab. Man, we got you brothers here. We appreciate you all coming, organizing, Black men organizing for power. We got one of our young moguls from PMO, young
Yes,
Cam,
sir. Yes,
man.
sir.
Cam
Yes,
from Howard University. Cam is one of our young sons who really help us kind of birth Black Man Lab. He's been working the social media, getting ready to go back to Howard. By the time this comes out, you'll be back on the yard.
Afraid so, yes.
Back at the Mecca.
Yes.
Right? Cam, you've seen the evolution of us getting together last summer and the summer before that to Black Man Lab here at Young YMCA here in Southwest Atlanta. Tell the brothers around the country that may see this, what was this evolution like? What do you see? How this went, where this is going? What did you see?
So being over to the youth, my job was to bring a lot of young kids to the Black Man Lab because I could touch a lot of people because I DJ and throw parties and things like that. But so when we started, when I came on board, when we was at Sokofa Church, we only had maybe like 30 people a session, maybe sometimes 20, sometimes 10 a session. And so this summer is kind of just crazy to me because it's like we're having like 60, 70 plus sessions. And that's like double. And I didn't know it was going to be this big. I knew that I could bring people out, but like this is like crazy. So I really look at the Black Man Lab and really believe that it's going to be the next thing to really change Black people and like take it to the next level for real. So I really like it.
Man, you're at Howard.
Yes, sir.
The difficulty of being able to go to a private institution and pay the tuition, all of that, right? When you saw that there was a brother in the space who raised money to send one of your guys, Julian, to Florida A&M, man, what were your thoughts when you saw, here's a brother and a group of brothers and sisters who raised this money for Florida A&M? It's not Howard, it's y'all.
It's the MEAC. It's the MEAC. We're still cool.
How did that? What were your thoughts, man, when Julian stood up? He said how much money he received, and then to see one of the people who helped organize that and bring that to reality. What was your thought?
Well, my first thought was, I wish I got that scholarship. but so after this, I hope we can connect and do that. But I feel like it's super important. That's like the number one thing. People always ask, what do we need to do for Black men like that's in college? Give us money to pay for school. Like with me, like I didn't have an academic scholarship. All I had was a band scholarship and loans that my mom barely wanted to take out on me. So, I think giving money for us to go through school is very important because it's like everybody has a different struggle in college, and that's why I really believe in equity, not saying equality, but equity, because like my struggle is different from another person's struggle. Like when I came, my grandma, my mom, none of them went to school before I got here, right? So like I'm one of the first, me and my twin brother were one of the first people to actually go to college. Now, some people would go to Howard, like they have doctors, lawyers, dentists. College, they knew they was going to college, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's really important we have people in the community that do your work because, like, I need the money to go through school, you know what I'm saying? I want to go to grad school. I might want to get my PhD now, right? It's just better to have the access to them funds to actually do what I want to do. So I really appreciate people like you in the community.
And the people like Maurice Stewart. Maurice, man, tell people. You're an alumnus of Florida A&M University.
Yes, sir.
How did this come to be? And just tell folks, man, what you shared in Black Man Lab earlier tonight. What did you share? I'm
still beaming right now, brother. This has been a truly engaging and a warming experience to my heart. I bought a T-shirt from I'm a Father First.
Yeah.
Just to see a room full of Black men from 10 all the way up to 64 in the space, enjoying each other, loving on each other. That's been a positive experience in and of itself. And I think that same sentiment is what brought us to start Friends and Fam was, hey, look, we're a family. We call it family, or but it's a village. And we talk about cooperative economics. We talk about equity. That's a great word. We started off just as a group of friends who wanted to do something positive. We want to have fun because we like to have fun. MEACs, HBCUs, our people, we like to have a good time.
And y'all fanatics now. Folks from fam, my wife is a family great. Y'all just crazy about fam, so that's just goes without saying, man. Y'all go crazy for fam, but
well, I'll tell you what happened.
How did it play out?
I'll tell you what happened, though. We went to fam in the era where you had the best of the best. So if you're looking at the 90s when I was in school, well, when I came in, we're competing with Harvard for the number of National Merit Scholars.
Exactly.
So you're looking at the best of the best. Like, we're not second rate by any nature. We're coming out with people. And so for me, I graduated, I left fam, and I'm out and I'm raising money for large corporations, and I'm raising hundreds of millions of dollars. So this is what I do for a career, is I help raise money.
Right.
I help bring people together. I organize. And it's like, well, what's your skill set? I can bring people together, if nothing else. So that I can bring people together and we can help people out, and we do it from a friendly place. And so we just have a team of people that all have their strengths, and we all come together very peacefully. And that's one of the reasons I've been so involved with the board.
Right.
We don't have any strife.
Right.
We get along. Everybody brings their strength to the table. And at the end of the day, we meet great students.
Yeah.
So we're interviewing them. We're giving their first panel interview throughout, in the summertime.
Right.
And after the interview, you got 6, 7 adults interviewing a teenager, and we're giving them feedback on their interviews coming in. Like, wow, that's impactful for me as a person on the panel and for them as a student. And then we don't stop there. We do mentorship throughout the year. So we're following up with them, making sure that they have an opportunity to talk to somebody, resume writing, internship opportunities, professional goals, somebody to just help you in a point in your life where you may not have access to help. And so we're touching these students from the time they come in and interview with us until that school year is over with, and we're doing it again.
And you all are holding on to them throughout that process.
We got our arms around them.
Yeah.
We embracing them.
Right.
We got a grasp on these guys, on these kids, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Man, Brian, I gotta come to you, man, because before you're in a position to get a scholarship, you have to navigate elementary school, high school. You have to be in a position so that you are worthy of a scholarship. Because I know one of the young men. I coached Julian Walker, know his father, know his mother, good young brother. And so his path, man, has been, watching this brother blossom has been a beautiful thing for me. And it's one of the reasons you coach, because you get to see a young guy like him just go for it. But the work that Black Men United, the work that you all do in terms of hands-on, reaching and touching cats, man, tell people how you do it and why you do it, so that, and we're really trying to demystify stuff here, right? So the cats that are all over the country, they can see, like, we just regular dudes, just saying, we're gonna raise some money, we're gonna start an organization. It wasn't like somebody hit us with a wand, right? It's just a regular brother that just decided to do something. Explain kind of how it was birthed and what you all do to put people in position to be able to go to college.
Okay, well, first of all, it came from an idea of by one of my brothers, Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris Allen. And, I mean, it was just, a passion to want to help each other, as brothers come together and do some work on change, in our communities. I think we live mainly on the premise of, as individuals, we can do some good in our community, but as a collective,
right,
as a unit, we can change the narrative of our men.
Right.
So we strive to bridge that gap in the community where there is a need for manpower for other organizations, and
push that a little bit, right? Because, man, you all said something in Black Men Lab tonight that was dope, where y'all just show up for other organizations. So many cats, man, they're like, if it's not their organization, they ain't coming. It's not their school, they're not coming.
And that's a part of, I reached out to Brother Keith in his Unity Week. And, I told him, we had been talking about coming together for a while now. And I said, you know what, just tell me what you need, what do you need me to fit in at? Not because, too many times we try to come into a situation as, I got to be the leader, I got to be the leader over here. Sometimes it's best to serve one another, and that's how we get all of our initiatives met, and I think that's the most powerful thing that we try to instill in each other. Let's go out, let's work with each other. We serve over here, and then when we got something going on, they'll return the favor. So it's just a collective effort. That's all.
Yeah. Habits and rituals and disciplines. We talk about that, right? Because when we get with the brothers, we know that It's your habits. It's what you do when you get up in the morning or throughout the day that really form who you are. You know, it connects with your identity, right? For you to say, I'm an organizer, you got to get up and organize, right? What are the habits and rituals that allow you to be the brother that you are and to take leadership and serve in the community?
I think first off, I wake up with a mind of gratitude. That's my first thing before I even touch the floor. I just thank Most High for just another day, you know, another breath. And the second thing, and it's one of the things that I tell my daughter and my sons, is whatever goal you got, I don't care what kind of step you take towards it, you take a step toward it. You know, every day you're plugging at it, you know, no matter what it is, writing down something, you know, brainstorming about it, you know, whatever it is, you know, you take a step towards it. So I live off that ritual, you know, just waking up with a mindset of gratitude and taking a step towards the goal, no matter how small. You know, there's no small steps in moving towards your goal, you know, because ultimately you're trying to get there.
Yeah. I'm going to flip to you, Cam. You the young gun. Cam, are you 21 or 22?
I'm 21. I'm turning 22 September 5th.
All right, man. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
You going to be away at school?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Y'all don't turn up too hard.
Right.
For you, man, as a young brother, you're in the band. You're a student, DJ, right? You a part of a PMO. What are your habits that allow you, and you connect with people, right? That's the beauty of Cam Franklin for me, is to see how you connect with other young people and with older people too, like myself. But what are your habits that you want to share with whoever's watching? You know, sisters might be watching this too.
My first habit, when I wake up, I relax throughout the whole day. Like I find peace throughout anytime I'm stressed out in class, from rehearsal, during a gig. I find peace in every moment. Anytime I can find peace after the day, I find that peace and I take time to really appreciate that peace. And then the second thing in the morning when I wake up, I actually have 2 Instagrams. So I have like my positive Instagram where like I only follow like motivational speakers, entrepreneurs, just important people who I look up to. So I'm not looking at any other like craziness on my Instagram. Like, so I literally just log into that Instagram and scroll, and I'm seeing positivity. So you can actually change some of the negative things in your life to actually be a positive. 'Cause Instagram not that bad, you know. It's a lot of things you can learn from there.
Yeah.
So I do that every morning, and I just learn from there.
I'm with you, Maurice, man. You're a professional. Organizer. What are your rituals? And a father of two, son and daughter.
You stole my thunder, brother. So
break it down.
I'm gonna go where I was gonna go, which was be true to yourself. Because that's the best thing you're gonna do in your life. So you got to understand that. I said earlier, it's okay to be selfish, because that's what you're going to be good at. That's what you're going to pursue with passion. So when you're giving, when you're organizing, do something that you want to do, because you're going to do that, and you're going to do it whether you like succeed or fail, because you're going to fail, and you're going to have to need to keep going.
Right.
And you can't do that on someone else's agenda. You got to do that on an agenda that's true to you and who you are and what your purpose is. You got to follow your heart. And by follow your heart, I don't mean like emotionally. I don't mean mentally. I mean like God. Because the God is your heart. Your heart is your God. That's who you're following. That's your conscience. That's who's speaking to you. And so I do that, and I talk to my kids every day. I find out what's going on with them, because that's my why.
Right.
I know my why. I know the legacy that I'm looking to build. I know that if I'm in here, and I know if I can help make another 100 millionaires, like 100 black millionaires, of a Julian we've had 40 scholars, that's a tribe of people that I would hope sometime down the line is gonna look out for my kids.
They're gonna take your man, bro. And that's
That's
thing.
real talk.
That's for real. We giving internships away every day with the hope that one day y'all out here listening, man. I got a kid in film and one in the music game.
Absolutely.
Give them an internship.
Give them an internship. You know what I'm saying? You got to open those doors.
Man.
But you can't do that when you've never done that for anybody else.
Exactly. I feel you.
You know, when you operate in a silo, you're going to live in a silo. Right. But when you open yourself to other people, that love is going to come back.
Right.
It's going to come back at some point. If you do the right thing, it eventually comes back, always.
Man, brothers, we appreciate you all for participating in Black Man Lab and for being the brothers that you are. and for just being willing to do this after flow. We appreciate you, brothers. Get back to school safe.
Yes, sir.
Keep raising the money.
Please.
Keep putting these young brothers in position to go to college, brother.
Yes,
and
sir.
keep filling that gap for all of the brothers who we need you. And that's what we say to our young brothers all the time at the very beginning of every Black Man Lab is we need you and we need all of y'all. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.